My experience of being stopped has never been a positive experience. The first thing the police will say, there's been a burglary, there's been a robbery, and you fit the description. I'm 5'3", 5'4", and I've been arrested for being 6'2", which kind of made me feel a bit angry. Kept on remand for 3 to 4 days, never been charged, and then 6 months later they came to my house looking for the thing that I supposedly had stolen.
I was riding a bicycle. I've just literally this night, it was like 12 o'clock at night. These officers just pulled up right behind me, like tires screeching, and just this one main officer, he jumped out while the van was still moving. I was just like, whoa. it was like this guy like came like a superhero, just jumped out while the van was moving. I was like, you alright, dude? And he was like, yeah, alright, stop, you're gonna stop and search you. There's been a robbery, and we need you to stop right there, young man. I was like, okay. I've not done a robbery, and what have you got in the bag? And I was like, all my coursework. And they were like, okay, well, we'll have to check just to make sure there's nothing illegal in there. I was like, okay, whatever.
Well, I was stopped once a couple of years ago. I was walking through Green Park with a friend of mine. He's Latino himself, and we weren't really doing anything. It was late at night. We'd been out on the town. We came back, we were walking through the park, and these policemen in a car just came by, and they drove past us at first, and then they drove back again. Came up to us, and they stopped us, and they were really quite rude and quite pushy, because they didn't explain at all what they were doing, and I'm reasonably clued up on things, so I kept challenging them, and they just got more and more rude about it. Because I had an understanding of what they were supposed to be doing. They didn't really like me challenging them and asking them questions about things. One of them did ask me why I was carrying keys around in my pocket, because it might have been construed as an offensive weapon, and I just sort of asked him if he was a bit mental.
After being stopped for so many times, and there's been no justification of them stopping you, it's all been on presumption. Had they done their job right, they'd know that it wasn't me. And being 5'3", or about 5'4" with trainers and shoes on, there's no way that I can be 6'2".
I'm not really that fussed about it. I'm not really like, in fact, but I do understand why it's not nice to be like stop and search. Have I actually done something wrong here? I think the numbers do tell the truth as well. I mean, more than my white friends as well. I've been stopped and searched a lot more. I mean, there's a lot of white friends that I've got that have never been stopped and searched, but there was actually one white friend that actually does, like, we do like go out and stuff, and he gets stopped and searched quite a lot, because I think it's because he's with us.
I'm a very private person. I don't go in for this if you've got nothing to fear, you've got nothing to hide business. I think I should be able to walk around and not have to worry about what I've got in my pockets and having to justify whether I have £5 or £500 in my pocket. That's my business.
I couldn't count. There's so many times. To be honest, it comes like second nature. You just get used to it now, and it's the same old thing. You fit the description when they know full well you don't fit the description. The fact is, they don't know who you are, and they wish to know who you are, because it's like a catalogue for them to know who's who.
The stuff they come up with is really like it's the same stuff as well, which is really funny, because it's like a chat up line. When you like approach a girl and you're like, hey, it always goes like, there's been a robbery committed in the area and you fit the description. We would like to commit a stop and search. I mean, it's so boring. I think they need to come up with something new.
I don't think they should do it to anyone at all, really, whether you be black, white or whatever. It's a very invasive thing. I'm not saying that they don't have good reason for doing it, but it's your business what you're carrying around,
I think it's invading my privacy and invading my space for you to come up and ask me, what's your name, what's your date of birth, where you live. So to me, you're invading my space, and I don't like that.
I've been stopped and searched by 2 female black officers actually before, and they actually just stopped me. They didn't really search me. They just stopped me and just asked if I've got anything. They didn't really search me as much. So I think there's a lot more respect, and even then I did actually just show them what's in my bag, just because they came with a bit more mutual respect.
Personally, my opinion is I think the police is a racist institution, but that's just my opinion. Some others might not see it like that, but I do. There should be stop and search, that is justifiable for stop and search, but it has to be justifiable, and it shouldn't just be one particular race or people, when we only make up a certain percentage of people. This should be for each and everybody. If there's justification behind it for people to be stopped, then you stop.